visit you. Stay in your business so you can help them long term. Dr. J!
Okay, we're going to talk about sales. Oh, how exciting. 9 o'clock in the morning. I got up this morning, first thing in the morning, I went through the presentation. I said, my goodness, I'm going to be first up at the SoooperMAX conference, and I'm wondering if these people are ready to earn more money. So who makes too much money in this room? I'll just ask the question. Who makes too much money? Oh, you've come to the right place. So, what I'm going to do today is talk to you a little bit about maximising your income potential. Please write that down. Maximise your income potential, which means that we're going to help you have more business and keep it for longer. So ultimately, we're talking about a business. Now, are we in the fitness business? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, a lot of people say yes, we're in the fitness business. And I will beg to differ. For many, many years, people get into lots of businesses, and I've told lots of people this, but it really comes home really strongly when we speak to the fitness industry about this. If we're in the fitness business, they're all about fitness, aren't we? No. We're in the people business. We're in the people business by way of your product. For instance, your product or service is you, isn't it? You sell you. It's about your passion, it's about your identity, it's about what you stand for. And that's what we're going to talk about today. It's not about making lots of sales and selling lots of packs. What is this? Packs, sessions, packs and sessions and packs and sessions. We're talking about getting people involved to make a difference to their lives. Why do people come to you? They're too big, they're too small. Are they going to tell you that if they think you're just a personal trainer that's out for the cash? No. We are in the people business. Now, if we understand that, today, I'm going to give you a glimpse of what selling is all about. Because selling is a dirty word for a lot of people. And how many people got up this morning and said, yes, we're going to do some sales training today. I'm a salesperson. Well, you know, you're a personal trainer. Most personal trainers say they are personal trainers. But let me make it a little bit different, and please write this also down. You're a professional communicator. That makes a difference. So if you actually put that into perspective, what I'm going to show you today is some really cool little things that will make your business work. And if you put a few of these things into practice, it will make an enormous difference to your business. Okay? So action speaks louder than words, so let's get on with the show. Now, some people say, well, who are you? Well, I got involved in the fitness industry many, many years ago. It was back in the 70s, and some of you weren't even born yet. So at the end of the day, the fitness industry has been around a long time. I actually got involved all by mistake. It was not my passion. I was going to become a doctor, and that was what I was going to do, but I became an athlete. And it was something I was passionate about, so what I then did was, well, I had to get involved with something that allowed me to train. Well, what I then did was to do something which was completely out of left field. I joined the bank. Yes, and back in those days, the bank was easy and it let you train, had great hours and all that sort of jazz. But long story short, I eventually left the bank, I became an athlete, and I then got involved in the health and fitness industry. The health and fitness industry was tiny, didn't exist. And we had a tiny little gym in St. Ives, and that eventually had quite a large chain. I then changed from working in the fitness industry to becoming a person that was making a difference in people's lives. I had a blast every day I went to work, and I never worked a day in my life. I said, wow, this is just awesome. But the industry took a massive tumble. However, we had a phenomenal business because people just loved hanging out with us. People never had to buy anything. And when we actually opened the more and more clubs, it was really easy. And it never became hard. I said, well, what was the thing that made the difference? And it was our ability to be real and our ability to ask people to pay a little bit of money and have a lot of return. The perspective was in here. However, along the journey, I decided, well, let's make this a bit more of a system. So we created a system. And I went and got involved in a whole lot of learning, and long story short, we worked with a process called neural order. You might know it as NLP. And then we put the protocol into a business model which was hugely successful. I sold the business, we had a lot of clubs, and then I had a little bit of a rest for a week or so, and then I decided to open some more clubs. So, you know, go back to what you can do best. So, it allowed me to have a bit of a think. What can we do differently? So we put it into a different model, and the model worked just the same. I then had the fantastic opportunity to go overseas and work with some phenomenal people. I've been a very lucky person in my life, I would say. It just things happen, isn't it great? And I went overseas and I stayed with some people and I worked with some phenomenal people and learned from the best in the world. We've brought it back and put it into our business again. And I decided, well, it was time to change things and then open up a consultancy. So that's why I'm the CEO of Impact Training Corporation. And we do training all around the world for health and fitness industry and also for corporate business. I work with some small companies and some large ones. My large one we work with is Microsoft and SAP. They're sort of a big-ish, aren't they? And then you've got the Little Personal Trainer 101. We actually opened My Mentor program where we do coaching now. So big, small, it's all the same though. The reason I'm telling you it's all the same. We're in the people business by way of our product. Now remember back in the olden days how we used to dress? Does anyone remember that? Well, let me show you some stuff. This is me back in the olden days, you know. We used to wear very short shorts. We used to wear bum bags and little bags here. This is me going to a place called Hong Kong where I was born. To go into a thing called a kumite. Really silly thing to do. And this was my gyms back in those days, the village. Then I decided to shave my goatee off. And then that's me. What a wombat. But anyway, then I decided I had some ideas. I had the ability to go and meet up with this great man and work with him overseas. It was just phenomenal. And then I was introduced to this phenomenal person called Jim Rowan. And he passed away last year, one of the best presenters that I've ever seen. And then I hung around with this guy. His name is Tony Robbins for about 7 or 8 years. And he was an outstanding influence on some of the success strategies, one of the best presenters in the whole wide world. And the reason I'm showing you this is because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to impress you, but to press upon you that if you learn something today, you'll be on a journey. And when you learn a lot of stuff, you then find out that you really only know a little. So I'm going to give you a glimpse of some of the fantastic things that I've learned in my journey. Because, excuse me, in my journey we actually opened Impact. I work with a great company in New Zealand called Les Mills International. We spearheaded putting all the agencies in all of the different countries. We did the sales and communications training, which gave me the opportunity to learn from some places overseas. Again, it's the same thing. It's people skills. So I'm going to show you there's an evolution taking place. There's an evolution because ultimately everybody is wanting to do things more quickly now, aren't they? In the olden days we said, all right, well look, at the end of the day we wanted to have a rickshaw to get around, and nowadays we want to get around in a Ferrari. It has to be done quicker. Now because things evolve, we have to understand our fitness industry has evolved. Now here's a model I'd like you to look at. If you look at the model, this is a membership model for people that have health clubs. I'm sure we have health club people here. If you're going to be selling personal training, it becomes a profit center. Now, ultimately, if we did look at this screen here, on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, this is where you actually create more income. At the very top, look at that. That's where you sell a membership. Ultimately, in a normal health club deal, you actually get a referral, then get a membership, then a referral, and a manager would be really happy. What's happened now is the fitness industry no longer sells memberships. The fitness industry now sells personal training at point of sale. Why? Because it increases retention. Why? Because it puts the people back into health and fitness. What then happens is we then go into a referral which actually has changed. So what happens when someone buys a membership? They give you money. But if I buy a personal trainer at the same time and I tell my friend, what am I going to say? Did I join a gym or I got a personal trainer? Hi Bob, what are you doing? Yesterday I got a personal trainer. So when the actual person gets a referral, what's the referral going to want? A personal trainer. Did you know that most of the clubs these days are trying very hard to get their personal training business happening? What's happening is they're starting to sell personal training at point of sale. If they sell it at point of sale, if you look at the numbers, let's get behind here for a moment. If I look at the numbers, it's very simple. It will almost double the yield. On average, it's around about $20 to $25 per week for a health club membership. Now, if you actually then sell personal training for anything like anywhere between $40 to $60 whether it's half hour, 3/4, irrelevant. Let's say we have a 50% split. You're going to get at least another $20 or another $30 per week if it's just once a week. Can you see how it would almost double the yield of a health club if they actually had everybody doing personal training? Had a club over in Australia that we work with. They made the big mistake of not telling a salesperson that the person could buy a membership without personal training. Big mistake. So she sold every membership with personal training. She was the #1 salesperson the first month in the club, and then they said, oh, darn it, I should tell Toby that they could actually buy the memberships without personal training. I said, I don't think that's a good idea. But they did, and guess what happened? The yield dropped. Everything is in your head. It's your feeling, it's your passion about your business. If you understand that you're not selling a pack, you're not selling a session, you're helping somebody, how much is a half hour of your life worth? How much is it worth? Is it worth 20 bucks? Worth 40 bucks? Maybe 100 bucks, half an hour. 100 bucks? No. But we sell it every day for 100 bucks, and we have a problem asking for a person to actually pay us some money. Guys, you're worth it. Say it, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. No, that didn't convince me. I'm worth it. Okay, so if you're worth it, this is something I'm going to throw out to you. Here it is. Personal trainers. Who's a personal trainer? Hands up. Awesome. Now, personal trainers have an intro, have a freebie, whatever you like. Get them in to have a bit of a chit-chat. Now, some people say, hey, I'll sell a 1-pack, 2-pack, 10-pack, 20-pack, 30-pack, 50-pack. Well, guys, I've got guys now selling 200 packs, easy peasy. At the end of the day, you should be actually, a personal trainer just sells one session, really isn't helping the person, is he? Just making them sore. Hey, come on, work your hard for a day. Yeah, nice to meet you, Steve. Off they go. Ultimately, if we get a personal training session, sell the 200 pack, and then get a referral, what's the referral going to say? Hey, I got a personal trainer, how are you doing it? Oh, I'm going to train with them twice a week, or whatever the case may be, right? Once a week? Up to you. But it's all about how to actually present the product. How do you present your product and service in a way? Now, the way to do this is to make sure that we actually look at these things. Please look at this sheet. Very important. We're not selling memberships, we're selling solutions. We're not selling packs, we're selling solutions. Please circle the word solution. You are a solution. Please do not think you're a personal trainer. You are a solution for an emotion. For putting that into perspective, we can't wing it anymore. You've got to have a plan. There are so many businesses out there that don't have a business plan. What are you going to do? What's 6 months, 12 months? What's your plan? What's your income? How much money do you want? What's your business going to do? What's it going to be like in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? How are you going to have a holiday? How are you going to create leverage? You've got to get professionals to help you with this. You've got to understand, find a pro to actually help you do it. If you get a pro to help you do it, it's going to be easy for you. Put it down on paper, make it work. At the end of the day, you need to make sure you're able to sell correctly, though. If you're not selling correctly, what happens if you're a personal trainer with no clients? What are you? Just a person that trains. What's a health club with no memberships? It's a room full of machines. Yeah. So people say, hey, we've got to get good at getting sales. By the way, some people say, gee, I can't put in any more staff. I said, why not? I said, well, it costs too much money. Well, guess what? More sales fixes that, doesn't it? Having more clients, paying you more, making sure that we're on track with this. Now, get comfortable with it, guys, because we've got to get good at understanding that we're no longer a bank. The personal trainers, for many years, have been taken advantage of. How many times has your client said, sorry, I haven't got the money, I'll give it to you next week? So please write this down. Always get money in advance. Always get paid in advance. First session in advance. If they don't show up, bad luck. Sorry about that. And always have the rules of your PT business. Use it or lose it. You might want to catch it up in the first month. It's up to you, but it depends on what you're going to do with your business. Make sure that we're in a people business, but make sure you have a business. Now, one of the most important parts of the business is making sure that we get paid. Would you agree? So I'm going to show you some things to actually help you do that. Let's talk about money. Say that word, money. Money. What is it? Money. Happy face, guys. Money. Good. So we're going to make lots of money. Now, that's okay. You can do whatever you like with the money. Now, money's not a horrible thing. You can do whatever you like. You give it away, you give it to charity, you can give it to your mum, your dad, your sister, brother, but you've got to make sure that you create it. You're in a business. So let's get comfortable in asking for it. I'm going to show you some skills now that's going to make a big difference to your business. I want you to put them into practice, because ultimately we are in a people business, but we make sure that we get paid. How come one personal trainer asks for $300 an hour and the others ask for $20? There's a belief level, because there's not much difference in the trainer. So I want to get you comfortable about asking for the money, giving you the opportunity to maximize your income potential. Okay? So I hope we're on the same page on this one. So let's have a bit of a look at this a little film clip for you.
Rod, Jerry McGuire, how you doing?
Jerry McGuire. How am I doing? I'll tell you how I'm doing. I'm sweating, dude. I'm sweating my contract. I'm sweating Bob Sugar calling me, telling me I'm listening to big endorsements by being with you. That's how I'm doing. I'm sweating. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I hear what you're saying, and that's why I'm calling.
No. I hear that you hear what I'm saying, but do you truly hear what I'm saying? I hear what you're saying, Daddy.
Honey, maybe the best thing is that we get together in person. Rod, I'm sorry, would you mind holding? I just got someone.
Didn't you tell my wife more personal attention? Did you not tell my wife more personal attention?
I said more personal attention.
Good, because we just getting started on my list of things you need to know. You can take notes if you want to.
I will kill for you. I will maim for you. I will rape and pillage for you.
I am a valuable commodity. I go across the middle. I see a dude coming at me, trying to kill me. I tell myself, get killed, catch the ball. Booyah, touchdown, I make miracles happen.
I just need to know, are you in or are you out?
I'm from Arizona, Jerry. I broke Arizona records.
Rod.
I went to Arizona State.
Rod.
I'm a sun devil, man.
And now you want Arizona dollars.
Exactly.
I understand what you're saying.
Jerry, I'm sitting here with an air problem. I got ants going up and down my hallway. My brother TP's room is flooded.
Rod.
We got a flood in TP's room, Jerry. Hang on. Say hello to Jerry McGuire.
Rod, listen.
Hello, Brother McGuire.
Hello.
Jerry, my house is falling apart. Nobody's looking out for Rod Tidwell. We don't know when we're going to live in a year. And I'm supposed to be a superstar, man.
Rod, I need a decision from you. Are you in or are you out?
And you're going to be so happy you stay with Bob Sugar, because I am the fucking Terminator. I am a role model, Jerry. I have a family to support. Hear me? I want to stay in Arizona. I want my new contract. But I like you. Yes, I like you, Jerry. My wife likes you. You're good to my wife. I will stay with you.
That's great. I'm very happy.
Are you listening?
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do for you. God bless you, Jerry. But this is what you're going to do for me. You listen? Jerry?
Yeah, what can I do for you, Rod? You just tell me, what can I do for you?
It's a very personal, very important thing. Hell, it's a family matter. Are you ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money.
Show you his money.
Oh, no, you can do better than that, Jerry. I want you to say it with me, brother. Hey, I got Bob Sugar on the other line. Let me hear you say it.
Yeah, no. Show you the money.
Not show you. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Yeah. Louder.
Show me the money.
That's it, brother, but you got to yell that shit.
Show me the money.
I need to feel you, Jerry.
Show me the money.
Jerry, you better go. Show me the money. Show me the money. You know this, black man. I love black man. Show me the money. I love black people. I love black people. You motherfucker, Jerry. You motherfucker. What you gonna do, Jerry? Congratulations, you're still not easy.
No, I'm not suggesting you do that, but anyway. We want to get you a little bit comfortable about making sure that we are in the business. Now, you're going to be asking for someone for some money. Would you be agreed? Yes. No, you can tell yes very loudly. Do you agree? Yes. Yes, good. You want to get paid? Yes. Oh, good. That's not convincing. Do you want to get paid? Yes. Okay, so we need to make sure we use some right words. The right words are, when I ask you to pay, we don't say pay. We don't say, cash or credit. We actually want to make sure we ask them to fix things up. What do we say? Fix things up. Say it again. Fix things up. So what we're going to do is you're going to say, okay, all we have to do now is fix up a little bit of paperwork. That's it. So say it again. All we need to do now is fix up a little bit of paperwork. Again, all we need to do now is fix up a little bit of paperwork. Now, the faster you say it, the cheaper it is. So come on. All we need to do now is fix up a little bit of paperwork. Now, as you do it, do a shake your head. It's called a little bit of paperwork. Hands up here. Put the hands like this. Hands. It's just a little bit of paperwork. Good. Now, how do you want to take care of that? Take care of that. Say, take care of that. No, take care of that. Take care of that. No, bright eyes. It's take care of that. Okay, hands up means yes, hands down means no. Did you know that? So what we need to do now is fix up a little bit of paperwork. As you say that, nod your head. It's called a little bit of paperwork. Again, little bit of paperwork. And if you have your chin forward, that actually says yes. If the chin is in, it actually means no. Did you know that? Yeah. You say, some people say, okay, now all we have to do now is fix up a little bit of paperwork. Like I've got a bad smell under my nose. If you're not comfortable in asking, why should they give it to you? Yeah. Confidence is an important thing, but not arrogance. So what we need to do now is fix up a little bit of paperwork. Okay, I'll take care of that now. Let's get you ready for Cancun. Okay, how exciting is that holiday going to be? They're going to say, oh yes. Now they're going to say this, do I have to pay now? Sometimes people go like a little possum now. They go, oh. What I'm going to say, yes, of course. What's it? Yes, of course. Do I have to pay now?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Good upward tonality. Only half the room said it, though. Do I have to pay now?
Yes,
of course. That's of course. Because the most important is to get you ready for your holiday to Cancun. Okay? So let's do it. Now, as you do it, you're going to move in your chair. Just do a little shuffle. Just a little shuffle now. Go on. Let's do it. And just say, let's do it, and just move. Ready? Let's do it. Oi. Okay? A little bit tight. One more time. Let's do it. Okay. It's a little bit of movement. All right? Okay? It's just a little bit of movement. So you don't just say, let's do it. And you're just like rigor mortis is set in. Okay. So someone's going to say to you, do I have to pay now? I guarantee you. Some personal trainers say, yes, that's of course. No, you can do it tomorrow. Whew, I nearly had to ask for the money. So I don't want to upset them. Come on, guys, you're giving them half an hour, 1 hour of your life on a 6 o'clock on a Monday morning. That's pretty cool. Now cough up. So what we need to do is get comfortable in asking, okay? If you can't close, you can't do anything. So it doesn't matter what I say for the rest of the day. If you can't do this, it's not worth it. It's only 2 to 3% of the sale. So, look, all we have to do now is fix up a little bit of paperwork. I'll take care of that now. Let's get you ready for Cancun. Are you excited? Yes, but do I have to pay now? Your turn? Yes, of course. Because as the most important thing is to get you ready for your holiday in Cancun. Say that. As the most important... In Cancun. Come on, Cancun's a good word. Come on, say it. Cancun. And one more time. Cancun. One more time. Cancun. That's good. Okay, so do I have to pay now? Yes, of course. Because the most important thing is to get you ready for your holiday in Cancun. Okay, let's do it. Okay. No movement. Who had a move? Who had a little bit of a wriggle there? I saw a wriggle back here. You're going to get a CD from me at the end of the day, so come and see me. Good. Okay, do I have to pay now? Yes, of course, because the most important thing is to get you ready for?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it, okay? Okay, so we want to make sure, let's do it, isn't it? Oh, let's do it. We want to make sure we ask the question. Do I have to pay now? Yes, of course, because the most important thing is to get you ready for your holiday in Cancun. Okay, let's do it. Good, that's better. Now they're going to say, oh yeah, well can I do it on Tuesday? Oh, not another objection. But it's not an objection, just being a bit cagey. What do you say? Well, you can, but best do it now, save some time later. You can, but best do it now, save some time later. Because the most important thing is get you ready for your holiday. Okay? Let's do it. And moving again. Absolutely. So here it is. Oh, do I have to pay now? Read it. No, you can. Oh, you can, but, best do it now, save some time on Tuesday if they're going to be trading on Tuesday. Best do it now, save some time on Tuesday. Do I have to pay now? Yes, of course, because the most important thing is get you ready for your holiday in Cancun. Come on, let's. Oh, how about I just do it on Tuesday? Well, you can. Best do it now, save some time on. Okay, most important thing is get you ready for your holiday, isn't it? Okay, come on, let's do it. Okay, do I have to pay? Can I pay you on Tuesday? Well, you can. Okay, best do it. Save some time on. Again, best do it. Save some time on Tuesday. Most important thing is get you ready for your holiday, isn't it? Come on, let's do it. Okay, no movement. Come on, shuffle. Let's do it. Move. Now, these are simple body language skills that make an enormous difference. An enormous difference. Do you have to pay now? Yes, of course. Most important thing is get the weight off ready for your holiday and can. Come on, let's do it. Oh, okay, well, I'll do it on Tuesday. Well, you can best do it. Say sometime on. Most important is getting you ready for your holiday, isn't it? Come on, let's do it. That's better. Now, guys, you can read 3 billion books on closing and overcoming objections. If you're excited and enthusiastic about your product or service, that makes all the difference. Of course you're going to pay now. You say with an upward tonality, now if you do that, it'll make a big difference to your business. So now we've talked a little bit about closing. Nice to see you, Paul. I can assure you now it's very important that you have a budget and a target. Please understand your budget should be something that you're going to give you a return. Most importantly, it should be 20% should be your target. Never shoot for your budget, always shoot for target, because otherwise you'll always fail in getting your budget 100% of the time. You'll be surprised that a lot of people actually don't do this. Make sure that this is a little bit of a business plan. Make sure that you understand what your P&Ls are all like. That's called profit and loss statements. Look at them every month, please. Not like some companies do. They do them every quarter. You want to know how much profit you're making? P for profit. What's that word for? P for? Profit. Profit's a good thing. And what we want to do is also need to make sure, are you a multi or are you just going to be training once a week? What's your business going to be? This is a quite easy business plan overview. What's the profit margin? How are you going to be selling your business? What's your product? And more importantly, have some rules. Now, that's a simple process. Now, here's an overview for you. Here's a small little business plan. This gives you a good scenario. You had a session of $80, and you've got a number of clients. Gives you 160, which gives you, if you're working at 40 hours of training hours a week, this gives you around about 3,000K. If you look at the big picture, that's close to $14,000 on a monthly basis, on an income of about 140K. It's pretty good, huh? Yeah. But here's a different scenario. You say, okay, well, I'm actually going to do half-hour sessions, and that's going to be $60. Now, you don't do half-hour for half of 1 hour. People will actually be able to pay you more. End of the day, it's going to be $60. Okay, well, at the end of the day, how much is it going to be? Is it going to be 40 hours? Yes, it's going to still be 40 training hours. Now, how many clients have you got? A lot more. What if they go on holidays? It doesn't matter if only 10 or 20 go on holidays because you've got 80 of them. Bottom line is you've got around about $5,000 per week, and more importantly, you've got about $21,000 a month, which means you have $200,000. Now, you've got a difference between the two. Have a look. You've got 200K, or you've got 140. Both are pretty good, but I'd prefer to have the other 70. Would you agree? That's called a little overview of your business plan. What's your business going to do? I don't know. Do you? Hopefully you do know, because we want to make sure you are very, very competent at making sure you maximize your yield. It's pretty good, really, for 40 hours a week, isn't it? So you're in a good business. What business are you in? The people business, of course you are. So here's some ideas. What's a KPI mean? It's called Key Performance Indicators, something that most people really shy away from. They're not done. And let me just show you a very important scenario. Guys, you need to see a certain number of people per day. If you're going to have enough business in your business, you need to have enough appointments of people you see on a day-to-day basis. We're in the people business, we need to see people. So what you need to do is say, right, if I need to have 4 sales per day, I need to know how many appointments. So let me show you a little formula that's not written down in your book. Okay? It's a little formula. It's not written down. Whoa. Let me show you. Let's see if the black one works better. If you want to make sure that you do this, do it at the beginning of the month if you're going to create your income, as long as you know your income. It's the number of sales that you want. And by the way, if you have 20 clients and you want 40, that means you need another 20. Is that right? Okay, if you work 5 days a week, that means you need to do 1 sale a day. Okay, because you've got to have a bit of a weekend there. Does that make sense? Okay, well, that's the number of sales. You're then going to make sure that you're going to divide it by the close rate and round that number up. Okay? Your close rate is how many people buy from you on the day. Then you divide it by your show rate and round that number up. That will give you the number of appointments you need. How simple is that? The number of sales divided by the close rate rounded up, divided by the show rate rounded up, give us the appointments needed. Got that? Okay, pens down. Pens down, please. Quick as you like. They'll wrap me up, I know they will. Fingers. Come on, hard fingers, not soft fingers. Okay, this is called. It's called the number of sales. Your turn. Number of sales. Right hand. Oh, good. Okay. Divided by, what's it called? Divided by the close rate. Here we go. The number of sales. Hey! Divided by the close rate rounded up. That's good. Again, divided by the show rate rounded. Okay. Give us appointments needed. What's it called? That's pathetic. Come on. Come on, gentlemen, you can do better than that. Come on, that's better. Okay, so the planning for good days. What is it? It's the number of sales. No, I can't hear you. It's the number of sales. Up. Divided by the rounded. Divided by the rounded. Give us. No, that's not good enough. Come on, one more time. It's the number of sales. Hey. Divided by the rounded. Up. Come on. Divided by the rounded. Give us appointments needed. So now we're all on track. Now you'll be able to know how many appointments you need. That's right. Find out how many more clients you need. Use this formula. It'll make you a fortune. Did you know how many people have no idea how many appointments they need every single day? I work with a small company called Lamborghini. They had no idea how many people they needed to see to make enough sales. How fun is that? And they're hugely profitable. And then they found out that they knew how many they needed to do. That's pretty simple. So here we are. If you know your close rate and show rate, and I need to make 4 sales, pretty easy scenario, 14 appointments that person needs. This one needs 12, this one needs 7, this one needs 35 a day. That's per day. Now, can you do that? No. You've then got to work on your closing rate. Bang for buck is closing rate. Now, at the end of every day, you need to confirm it. You then have the number of sales. Based on those percentages, will these people make their target or budget? Well, guess what? That one will, this one won't, that one will, this one won't. That's using this formula. How easy is that? Now, that's not hard, is it? No. But if you don't do it, you won't know. So find out how many sales you need. Divide it by all that stuff. Oh, do you know your show rate and close rate? Maybe you don't. Some of you do. Awesome. It's easy. Go back to the last month. How many appointments did you have? How many showed up? That's your show rate. Of the appointments that you actually presented to, how many purchased? Now, the thing I want you to ask yourself, how many purchased on the day you presented it, or how many said, I need to think about it, shop around, come back to you later? The one I'm going to ask you to look at is the one that buy on the day, so you don't have follow-up. That's what I would classify as the plannable close rate. So I'm not trying to bombard you with numbers here, but what I do want to make sure you get comfortable with is setting some benchmarks for your business. What is your benchmark? What is your show rate? What is your close rate? And you know what? I've got some benchmarks if you'd like me to share them with you, because we work with businesses all around the world. There is a mean figure. But I must say it's changing a little bit. There's a phenomenal new businesses actually popping up all over the world now. They're usually 24-hour facilities. And you know, the benchmarks and the percentages are changing. So it's a little bit of flux at the moment. But I have the normal personal training and the benchmarks for health clubs. So if you want to have a chat with me at the back, feel free to do so. Now, if we're now putting it into perspective, some of the tools you need to work with are really important. And some of the tools that we need to get comfortable with is making sure that we're able to create friendship, make sure that the person likes and trusts you before you present your product. Please do not tell them how much your session is until you find out what they want. That makes sense? Hi, you're a personal trainer? Great. How much do you cost? That's what they say to you. I'm very expensive. In other words, go away. Guys, you don't need to do that. You need to make sure, we need to find out I do lots of things, but let's find out what you do at the moment. If you're now going to create rapport, then you're going to make sure that you'll have some phone skills. And then you're going to have people skills, and then you're going to be able to ask for the business. Now, as we put this into perspective, there are 8 steps in the selling process. Let me just show it to you. Can I get you to put a big circle around the prospecting? Prospecting has to be something that you go hard at. Everybody is a prospect. There are tons of people that need your services. You're not expensive. You're almost becoming a necessity. Health clubs are screaming for personal trainers. People are screaming for personal trainers. I get phone calls every week asking for personal trainers in clubs. And all over the world. The last couple of years, we've shifted some overseas because they were so good. Guys, prospecting is really important. You've got to find the people to present to. See more people, make more sales. What is it? See more people. Make more sales. Okay, if I see nobody, I'm going to have a donut day. Donut days are not good. See more people, make more sales. If I don't see enough people, I'm not going to make enough sales. In other words, I won't have a client base which is going to be substantial. So you're going to have attrition. You're going to have people leave. So it is important that you understand that you need to prospect. Well, how good are your initial contact? Are you good at it? Are you good at your handshake? How good are you giving your name? Are you good at eye contact? Very few people have lots of training in initial contact skills. For those of some of you understand DISC, do you understand how to create that behavioral style analysis? Are you good at qualification? Can I get you to write down 80% there? 80% of the sale is qualification. It's after we've created massive rapport, and then we go into the next criteria, is to find out what their compelling reason is. Please write that word down, compelling reason. What is the compelling reason they have to wanting to have a personal trainer? What is the compelling reason that they have for actually wanting to join a health club? What is the compelling reason? Compelling means I must have it. Will they tell you the compelling reason unless they like or trust you? The answer is no. So massive rapport needs to be created. Now, by the way, just quickly on massive rapport is not about giggling and being happy with people. It's actually a process, which I'm going to show you in a moment. We then need to do an explanation or a demonstration, which actually is a solution. Can I get you to put next to, on the sheet there, write down the red zone. It's the red zone. The red zone means people stop here. Because what do? Oh, I do programs. We do training. I do 10-pack, 20-pack, 30-pack, 50-pack. Oof. And it costs, all of a sudden the person goes into a red brain. Red brain slows down the buying decision. Red brain is logical brain. We talk about training and packs and money. We're slowing down the sales process and creating all the objections. Most of the objections come from the red brain. The green brain is all the emotional stuff. Excitement, fear, disappointment, embarrassment. We need to get comfortable in saying, hey, talk about the pain. Write this down. Always bring back their pain when you do your demonstration explanation. Please, please never ever do a presentation just saying, we'll fix this, we'll do that, we'll do this, we'll do... No. Doing is irrelevant unless we say, Steve, you said you put on extra weight around in your tummy. Steve, you lost a fair bit of size because of your glandular fever. Is that right? Yeah. Now, let me show you some really cool things that we'll do. I'm a solution. How many times have you gone into a health club and they've taken you for a tour? How many times have you called up a health club and they say, come on, I'll show you around? What would you do if you rang a doctor and said, I'm really crook? He said, come around, I got a really good surgery, I'll show you around. Yeah? What would you do? You say, you're a nutcase. We've got a really nice new chair, it's awesome. Yeah. Went to an expo the other day, got all the new stuff, new lights. Yeah, got a great bench, you should test it out, it's awesome. You might be lucky, you have a go on my bench. Yeah, okay. I've got a broken nose, mate. Okay, oh, well, come around. Got a lovely studio, great waiting room. Our health club say, hi, come on down, I'll show you around the club. Is that as silly as that? Come down and I'll show you my programs. I'll show you how I can train you. No, I just want to meet you. I need to talk to you. That's all you need to do. I need to talk to you to find out what we can do to help you lose that weight. I need to talk to you. Why don't health clubs say, hi, I'm Steve. Come down and meet me and we'll have a chat and see what we can do to get that size ready for Ibiza when you go away, okay? And then I'll show you what you're going to do. We've got some great trainers down here. Does that make a bit more sense, guys? Yeah, why do people do it, though? Because it's easy. It's easy. It takes the people out of the presentation, and what happens? We then go into red brain. Red brain stops the actual sales process, creates objections. Then we say, they didn't want to buy. That's your fault. Because you talked about packs and training. Now talk about fat and being unhappy and being thin and not getting into first grade. That's what you've got to talk about. Hey, I know, we'll work this out. Half an hour, once a week, or whatever the case may be. Which means the price presentation will pale into insignificance. So you don't ever have to go into a sale. They're going to say, thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to start training with you. And that's why personal training is such an exciting area to be in, because it's so personal. And you should be having lots of retention. Why? Because you're tactile, you're in their space, you're creating friends. Now, overcoming objections should not be part of your mantle simply because this person should be wanting to buy. You'll then ask them to get started and they'll create referrals. Now, today I can't go through all the bits with you, but let me just tell you, a pre-qualified referred lead is far better than a non-qualified inquiry. If I buy a personal trainer or I buy a health club membership and I tell my buddy, do you think I might tell him the price? Do you think I'll tell him the price? Absolutely. How much a personal trainer? Oh, it's $50 a week. He's awesome. Will I justify my purchase to you? Absolutely. I just paid it. He's awesome. He's fantastic. Oh, she's great. Oh, she's the best. You should use her too. Girls, have you ever gone out there and bought something, shopping and so forth, and there's a special on? Do you tell your girlfriend, say, go out and get it. It's awesome. Guys, you go and buy your car from the dealer and he did a great deal and your mate wants to buy it. You say, hey, go to my dealer. I'll give you his name. He did a really good deal for me. We all do it, don't we? Because we want to justify our purchase logically. So here's some letters I'd like you to write down. LTRQ. LTRQ. Works a treat. If you're going to get a referral from someone that actually gets started with you, ask the question. L. Okay, with your person that you think that I could help, do they live and work locally? Maybe train like you. Live and work locally, L. Live and work locally, L. T. LT. What sort of training are they doing right now? I don't want to give them a complimentary session. Don't invite them down to my club unless I know what they're training. Okay, LT. R. What results do you think your friend would possibly want? Is it building, trimming, toning? Is it like you? Q. If they like the training, do you think they might want to get started just like you? I don't know. Well, let's talk about it because I've only got a certain number of sessions I can give away. Oh, yes, probably. Okay, well, when you've actually found out for sure, I'll give you a call and I'll give them a buzz for you. And then they'll tell them, hey, I've just got a personal trainer. And then you'll give them a call and say, hi, Steve just said you got started. And let me just ask you some questions. L, which is for? Live and work locally. Going to be around a while? Fantastic. You'll be able to train like Bob. What type of? T for? Training. Are you doing it at the moment, Steve? Building, trimming, toning for me, anything like that? No, nothing at all. Well, that's good. You've got no bad habits. And what type of results? Is it to get size? Is it to reduce weight, get some tone? I'd love to build up. Okay, any areas in particular? Awesome. We better get together, have a chat about that. I'm just curious. After we go through and have that chat and have that session together, and if you like it, this is something you might want to continue. They might say yes. They might say, well, how much is it? Well, depends if it's within your budget. Oh, absolutely. Did Bob tell you how much he was paying? Yeah, it's $50 a session. Yeah, is that in your budget? Yes. No. What is in your budget? I haven't got a budget. Okay. Well, let's talk about that for a moment. We now need to find out if the pain of paying the money is greater than the pain of being small, then you haven't got a client. But if the pain of being small is greater than the pain of paying the money, then you will have a client. Does that make sense to ask those questions early? LTRQ, make your fortune. So, understand that. We are in the people business, aren't we? We're not in the fitness business. We're talking to lots of people. See more people, make more sales. Now, when we go to the next part, we need to build massive rapport. Rapport is getting inside someone's head and seeing the world that they see, the way they see it. There's a great rapport phrase, and you probably already know it, and it's called the 3 Fs. F, F, F. Having rapport makes a massive difference. Here it is. Bob, I understand where you're coming from. I know exactly how you F4 feel. You know, I've actually had a little bit of weight problem. I've actually had an injury to my knee, and you know, it was really difficult, and you know, it took some while to get better. You know, I felt that it was never going to get any better until I changed the training regime. I did a few extra stretches and so forth, X, Y, and Z, which I use in my training, and guess what? I found that it made an enormous difference. And I'm sure we'll be able to do the same for you. Feel, felt, found. It's an empathy phrase. Rapport is nothing but a feeling of mutual commonality. And you do not create rapport, you do rapport. Please write that down. You have to do rapport. You can't actually create it and then just let it go. Say, okay, she likes me, bang, and then start going to business. You've got to use the information throughout the conversation. If you want to close the sale, don't make it a sale. Make it a chat. Have a conversation, have a cup of coffee, get them to tell you the truth. Now, if you get them to tell you the truth, it's about the person being real. It's not about being a giggler. It's not about being pleasantly nice. Have you ever seen people using a person's name over and over again in a conversation? Oh, Steve, 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 Steve. And sometimes, isn't it funny, sometimes they use your full name. And all your friends don't use your full name. See, my full name's Stephen. Who calls me Stephen? My mummy. When? When I'm a good boy? No, when I'm very, very bad. So who calls me Stephen now? Well, guess what? I fly a lot. And what they do is they look at my card, my boarding pass. They go, hello, Stephen. I go, oh. Because they read it on the card. So you find out how they like to be, what name they like to be used. People like to use their name, but sparingly. Please don't use it overly. Let's make sure that we actually pretend to care. You know how you pretend to care or you overdo it? No. People see right through that. Authenticity is the key. Okay? It's really important that you get this because, you know, if you're not listening and you say, oh, look, you know, I really want to do some strength training, well, you know, but it's more important if you do the cardio because you're a cardio freak. You just love it. And everyone should do cardio. Or you might be a person that everyone should do weights, so you keep telling her or him that he needs to do weights, and you're not listening. See, sales is easy. Make a friend, listen what they want, give them what they want, and ask them to pay. Oh, do I have to pay now? Yes, of course. Yes, of course, because the most important thing is to get you ready for Cancun. Okay, let's do it. Come on, I'll do it on Tuesday. Well, you can. Best do it. Say sometime on Tuesday, because the most important thing is to get ready for your holiday, isn't it? Come on, let's do it. Okay, you got me. All right. Live in their world. You're going to Cancun with a jelly belly. Yummy. How would I feel? I'd feel disappointed too. But they've got to tell you that. That's not going to happen. Establish common ground. Here's a rule. Find 3 things in common is absolute heaven. 3 things in common is heaven. Just 1 thing in common will do the trick. 3 things is awesome. 1 thing in common will do the trick. How's that? Just something we can have a chat about. Now, put it into perspective. Like attracts like. People are attracted to people that are like them. That's what rapport does. Now, there has to be some similarities. Because what we do also understand that when it comes down to understanding people, there's 2 types of people. This is called the 2 T's. There's the 2 T's. Now, there's lots of personal trainers and people that do any type of presentation, and they work with T's, and they are the Ting or they're Ted. Now, you're a Ting or you're Ted. You can make your mind up. You're Ting or you're Ted. Well, most of the personal trainers, most of the people I see in sales are usually Ting. They come along and they say, hello, great, what do you do? And they go, ting, 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 ting. Ting, 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 ting. Ting, 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 ting. Ting, 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 ting. Ting. Ting, 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 ting. And you'll go, well, how much does all that cost? Whoa, that's very, very expensive. And all of a sudden this person goes, gee, that's a lot of information. I need to go away and? Yes, thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye. By the way, if they stand up, you're gone. On the other side of the equation, you've got someone that's more TED. Now, the TED is the person that actually has the ability to have a listening thing going on. So we say, are you interested or are you interesting? If you become interesting far too early, the person will shut down. How can you have someone give you what you want, which is their emotional needs, if you are just interesting and rattle off what your personal training does? Guys, it's not about you. It's about creating commonality so they can tell you about them. Now, put it into perspective, we need to understand that when we talk about features and benefits, that process died many years ago. No one buys benefits. I have been to thousands of presentations where people tell me that people buy benefits. Well, I'll tell you right now that that's not true. You might say, oh, they buy the benefit of weight loss. No, they don't buy the benefit of weight loss at all. What about being all buffed up, looking good when they go walking down the beaches of Ibiza? They might be pretty good, but they don't buy that either. They buy the emotional attachment for what that benefit gives them. Guys, do not sell weight loss. Do not sell building. Do not sell whatever fitness is. If you sell that, they'll say, so what? It's the emotional attachment they have. So why does someone want weight loss? Why do they want it? Because they want to feel better about themselves. Why do they need to lose the weight? Because I am embarrassed. So what if I start working with my personal trainer? What are they buying? Not being embarrassed anymore. What if I go to my personal trainer and say, I want to be big? What am I really telling you? I'm too? Because I don't want to be anymore. Are you the solution to my smallness? Hey, can you help me be bigger? Because I don't want to be small anymore. Write this down. Now factor. What's the now factor? What's happening now? What's happening now? Please do not talk about the future. It's got nothing to do about the future. You're going to be big, you're going to be buff. No, we're going to not be small anymore. And then on the journey, as we get stronger and bigger and stronger, you'll have a great trip to Ibiza. Because you won't be feeling uncomfortable about going with your mates. You excited about that holiday now? Yes, I can't wait. Guys, this is what you're doing. You're selling the emotional attachment. It has nothing to do with actually the feature, which is all your qualifications. They don't want to need that. They don't need to know that. It's nice you get in the door with a qualification. That's great. But it's your people skills that make the difference. Tell me what you want. But you have to have massive rapport. Find those 2 or 3 things in common and then go to work. Because all of this stuff is irrelevant unless we sell the feeling. People will buy the emotional attachment to their weight loss. Now, ultimately, you should have lots of USPs. Here's a good question for you. Why should someone work with you and not the personal trainer sitting next to you? What's unique about your business? What's unique about you? And it should not be your price. What's unique about it? Well, if you just talk about all your features and you don't talk about the solution and the emotional attachment to it, you probably won't get any sales. You must make sure that your USPs, your features are important. You need to also make sure that you're talking about a solution. Do not guarantee it. Always say you'll be well on the way. And more importantly, recap their pain. So, what's your specialty? What do you do? What makes you somebody that needs to be seen? So the question is a good one. So here's something that's from homework for you. It's awesome. What do you do? People say, I'm a personal trainer. They say, wow, you must, that's good, that's good. I'm thinking of getting back into it one day. Instantly, they think you are expensive. What I'm going to make sure you do here is a little bit of homework. What do you represent? I represent personal training. I'm a personal trainer. I work for, not my company. I work for myself. No, I work with the ABC Personal Training Studio or trainers. What do you do? What do you do emotionally? I make a huge difference in lots of people's lives, give them the confidence and also the ability to do whatever they want to really well. And also, in a lot of cases, help them be more successful. Well, what do you do? What do you do emotionally? You might specialize in helping post and prenatal. You might specialize in weight loss. Hey, I make an enormous difference to helping people that are obese or feel that they're overweight have a lot to get the weight off and keep it off. Wow. I want to know more. What do you do? Every time you say, I'm a personal trainer, you've got to tell them what you do emotionally. Why do you do this? Guys, you'll see more people. See more people, make more sales. So you're going to say, what do you do? Hey, I'm a personal trainer. I specialize in helping people get size definitions for athletes to make sure they have no injuries and play the whole season. Get you in first grade or stay there. Well, I'm in third grade. Do you want to play first grade? Yeah. I want to know more. See, that's what your specialty is, right? Or you might be a little bit more broad brush. I don't know. What do you do? This is a great exercise. This is not a 5-minute thing. I'm going to tease you a little bit here because this is something you need to take away. See more people, make more sales. Hey, what do you do? Bang, I'm a personal trainer. What do you do emotionally? It will make an enormous difference to your ability to get into the emotional dialogue. Now that we've talked a little bit about getting your business set up, hopefully you're thinking about, wow, how many sales have I got to make? I've got to see more people. I've got to be able to introduce myself. Gee, there's lots to do. We could go home now and have lots to play with. But I've got to give you some hard skills and soft skills, guys. My job is not done until I've actually given you the way of actually making a few extra sales. And I'm giving you little snippets to give you much stuff to take away if you can. I'm here all day. If you want to have a chit-chat, feel free to do so. Now, I told you about the red brain. Most people talk about the red brain on a regular basis. They go through all the things that they do with nutrition, their exercise, and all of the packs and so forth. That will create an objection. Sure, you've got to say, hey, I do this. You must quickly go into green brain. What's the emotional attachment? Reduce unhappiness. Make sure that you feel more confident. Make sure so you're happy. And by the way, the definition of happy is an interesting one, isn't it? We've got to get good at getting away from red brain stuff and talking about emotional stuff. The price. We'll show you how to actually close before we wrap up today to make sure it's more green brain. Green brain, a lot of people actually ask people to pay, and you'll say, fix up, take care, look after. Hopefully, and then they'll actually more than likely buy. There is no such thing as purple brain. Did you know that? You cannot think red and green at the same time. How's this? I ask you a feeling question. Guess what you think? Is that red or green if I ask you a feeling question? Green. Guess what turns off? Red brain. Is that a good thing to know? Yeah. Isn't it silly? Red brain, pay. Now I have to think about it. What's happened? They've slowed things down. Got it? So it's to say, okay, I do this. Get your size definition, so make sure you get you finish the coast to coast this year. How exciting is that going to be? Yeah. When can I start? Well, I'll see if I can squeeze you in on that Thursday. See, I'm buying the ability to get excited about doing the coast to coast and finishing. It's not about my packs. Okay? So there's no such thing as purple brain. Now, guys, I'm going to talk to you right now, all the men in the room. Men, the girls can't hear, so it's okay. Listen to me. We have 3 neurological activators in our brain. Did you know that? And we get very focused. Yeah? You know the women have 11. You know? And why am I telling you this? Because they will go from red brain to green brain very fast. And you know what, guys? They can't hear me, so it's okay. Shh, you're safe. Okay? They'll go emotional, logical, emotional, logical, emotional. And where we stay logical for long periods of time, and then we then flip into emotional and so forth. When they go backwards and forwards all the time, It does, I hit him. That's why we have to go for lots of runs and go to the pub. Yeah. Isn't that funny? They come up with a story. Guys, you ask a girl out, she'll ask herself tons of questions. They can't hear me, so it's okay. Listen to me. How would you like to go? Oh, yeah, okay, I'll go on Saturday. It'll be fine. She's going, what am I going to wear? What shoes am I going to do? Am I going to get my hair done? I'm going to this, and all these questions. You're saying, driving, get a cab. That's it. Oh, where are we going? Yeah, okay, we'll go to the restaurant. Yeah, I'll sort it out later. 3 things. And guess what? That's why they'll come up with a better story. Now, why am I telling this in sales? Because if you get off the emotional tangent, what they're going to do, they're going to pop into red brain. They can be quite difficult to close, but it's very easy to turn the red brain off. We just ask what? A feeling question. So isn't that interesting? It's getting all illogical on me, just ask a feeling question. Woo! That's good to know. Okay, girls can come back in the room now. We just spoke about your girls, but you probably know what I said. Anyway, so the number one motivator of human behavior is an emotion. There are 2 emotions, the avoiding pain and movement towards pleasure. What is the number one motivator in human behavior? Is it pleasure or pain? Getting away from pain. It's getting away from pain. Hello, I'd like to get some size. I want to build up. What's my pain? Small. I'm too small. But people say, oh yeah, we'll get you bigger, bigger, bigger. Now, how long have you been feeling like that, Steve? Where are the areas you're too small? Ugh, too small in my chest. Okay, and where else? Legs, back. What am I thinking now? Small Steve. Steve, chubby Steve. Oh, wait, I want to lose some weight. Well, it was around my belly. Okay, where else? Oh, my bunty. Okay, where else? Oh, I got the chubby legs going on. Instantly, when I say it, it becomes real. Yes. Don't hedge it around. Get them to say it. So what happens here? We need to find out what their pain is, because at the end of the day, the number one motivator of human behavior is to avoid pain. Are they going to tell you their pain if they don't like or trust you? No. So if I start talking about my packs and all my training, what are they going to go? Red brain, green brain. Green brain. Red brain, green brain. If I go about pack will be red. So what's going to happen? No sale. Are they going to tell me the real reasons? No. So here it is. It's so important that you understand how to create emotion. The first thing you need to do is to have prompts. Guys, have prompts. I don't expect you to have the best memory in the world. I really suggest you have prompts. I was speaking to a young man a few weeks ago. I told the guys in Australia this too. He'd actually done some training with us for about 4 or 5 years. And at the end of the day, it was quite interesting. He'd taken on everything, and he put everything into practice. How good was that? We were driving in his very nice car, I might add, and he got a phone call on his mobile. He's quite a good man. He said, oh, Steve, I've got a call. That's a money call. I said, how do you know that? He says, there's a special ring on my mobile when the office calls. I had to stop. So he pulls over the side of the road, takes the call. Hello? Has a chat. As a person. He then gets to this beautiful folder, it just looked very smart, just like this one. Not exactly, not as nice, I might add, and all he does, he opened it up. And out came his prompt. And out came a pen, a quality pen, and he actually started writing on it. In the car. Asking great questions, having a bit of a chit-chat. I wasn't even there, it was in a bubble. He booked a chat with this person, put it down, said, great. Then called up his office, said, could you put down, I just did the presentation, we have a chat booked on XY day. Off he went. He used everything I'm going to show you now. This guy has an enormous turnover per month. He's an individual worker, works on his own. And he turns over in the vicinity of between $150,000 to $250,000 a month. And he stops the car and gets a prompt out and does what he was told. That's pretty good, huh? I'm going to show you what he did. We need to make sure every call counts. Every call that you make or take counts. So you need to get good. Are you a plastic person or are you a real person? Are you real? Do you sound real on the phone? Are you excitable? What do you sound like on the telephone? You all have a mobile? Listen to that mobile phone. Go call yourself up. What does your voicemail sound like? You say, wow, that's awesome. Do you ring it? Who loves their voicemail? Good on you. CD for you too. Don't you ring it up and say, I just have to listen to myself one more time? That was good, Steve. One more time. Oh, yes. Don't you do that? You probably have better things to do. But if you don't like your voicemail, why are you subjecting all your clients to that? Hello? I got one the other day. Hi, you know what to do. I went, shit, what's that? Hello, you know what to do. Hello, you know what to do. Silly. Listen to yourself. Give yourself a buzz and say, wow, what a fun person, or gee whiz, I need to fix that. So are you the plastic guy or the real guy? Now, hopefully you're the person that actually understands some stuff, because what I want to do now is show you some words to take away that you need to change. My health club owners, you no longer have memberships. We never come down to see the club. We see the club and the trainers. We have great club and phenomenal trainers. Club and trainers, club and trainers. Club and trainers, club and trainers. Club and trainers, club and trainers is what they should be saying, because if you own a health club, you want to make sure the person buys personal training. You want to pre-frame any type of secondary spend over the phone before they turn up. Personal trainers. Do you just sell personal training? Hope not. Do you have a weight loss pack? You had the Mary weight loss program. It's awesome, because you know 50 to 60% of your people are going to be wanting to lose weight. Do you have that product available? No. How many personal trainers have a weight loss product? Very few. But everyone wants to lose weight. Interesting. Anyway, I'll leave that for the marketers. Understand these things are really important. Never talk about their goals. Never. Or needs. Or results. Needs. Results. Come on, I'll talk to you about your needs and your goals and your results. What's all that about? I just told you I'm a fat pig and you're saying we come down and talk about my goals? What's my goals? No, I want to not be big anymore. If I just said I'm just got a small chest, say, hey, let's get together and talk about your goals and your needs. Did you listen to me? I want to work on my chest. I want to get back into first grade. Look, I really slowed down. I had a reconstruction. The knee is dodgy, and I'm going to go skiing in Aspen. It's going to just disintegrate. Okay, let's come on down. We'll talk about your goals and your needs and your results. Are you kidding me? Come on down. Let's get you ready for Aspen, mate. But more importantly, let's get that leg strong. You've gone through hell with that knee operation. We'll do some exercises to make sure your leg is strong, but also the other body parts will actually be, a little bit wonky probably. So let's get together, talk about your holiday, but more importantly, getting you walking better, okay? Well, I bet you can't wait to go skiing again. I bet you can't wait to come and talk about your needs and your goals and your results. Isn't that horrible? I hope you don't do it. I wanted to make myself sound ridiculously pathetic, because it is. I'm not. So, let's put this into perspective. I need you to have a prompt. I need you to have stuff. I do not need you to remember this stuff. Put a prompt together that flows. It's called a prompt because they'll never ever go into the section here. They'll never actually do it in the right order. Did you know that? They never do. Did you know that? Never. Because they always skip a bit. And sometimes they just give you the whole dumpster. Boom! Out it comes. Just make noises, listening noises. Give me a listening noise. Give me a wow one. What about empathy one? Oh, okay, those are good. Okay? Have you listened to yourself on a conversation on the telephone? I really do mean it. So much money is spent to make that phone ring, and it's done poorly. I could spend all day on telephone skills, but I'm not. This is a little ready reckoner for you to take away with you. On the telephone, if you want to make sure that you're going to make the person turn up, be memorable. Make it memorable. Why are they coming to see you? To talk about their results and needs and goals? No, he's the only one that knows I want to get to Aspen and play in first grade again. I can't wait to meet John. Wow, he sounds like good, and he's going to get me a latte on the way too. How cool's that? So all of a sudden, have a compelling reason. Share commonality, and more importantly, have those 20 USPs. Unique selling position. What is your uniqueness? I would suggest a minimum of 10, get up to 20 USPs. What differentiates you in the marketplace? Not that you're nice, not that you're handsome, not that you're pretty. That's an opinion. Something that's a tangible thing that you can say you are. You could be the very first, or the only one in your area. Again, it's an exercise you should be playing. Now, if you're going to make sure that you're going to see more people, we need to have some systems in place. You're going to build rapport, create compelling reason, magnify your value. How do you magnify value? Magnify the pain. If you don't magnify the pain, why should they pay you 20, 40, 50, 60 bucks? How many people actually have a challenge in paying money when they are in massive amounts of pain? How much would you pay to have your leg fixed if it was bent the wrong way? Oh, it's really hurt, but it's like that. You say, oh, it's going to cost a lot of money. I'll come back next week. Isn't going to happen, is it? Here's a big one. I'm going to get circle number 6 for me, because you have to get permission to ask for the money. If you don't get permission, you're not going to get it. Did you know that over 90% of sales professionals' timing is out? You know why? Because they don't practice. Yeah, they don't practice. Why don't they practice? Because they get complacent. Why do people get complacent? Because they think they don't need to follow the process anymore. Guys, I'm going to suggest what I'm going to show you, what we do today, and little things that you've learned along the way, you practice every day. One thing you should be practicing every single day is closing. You should be asking for the money 3 times to the bench, to the mirror, to your mum, to your dad. Present your prices 3 times every morning. Bang, bang, bang. What will you become very, very good at? What will you become good at? Presenting prices. Yeah, and getting the money. And why wouldn't you say, hey, mum, ask me. Do I have to pay now? Go on, ask me. Of course, because the most important is get you ready for Cancun. Come on, let's do it. Oh, okay, well, and then ask this, mum, ask me. Oh, look, can I do it through on Tuesday? Oh, you can, mum, but it's best do it now. Save some time on. Because the most important thing is get you ready for that. Come on, let's. Oh, geez, you're good, Steve. Thanks. One more time. Would you get good at it? Would you get good at it? Yes. Why don't you do it then? Okay. Now, if our timing is out, it's history. You've got to get good at asking for the money. You've got to get good at making sure you find a compelling reason. I'm going to suggest that you use a process called the 4 W's plus H. What, where, why, when, how. What, where, why, when, how. What, where, why, when, how. What, when, why, when, how. What is it? What, where, why, when, how. Again, what, where, why, when, how. Again, what, where, why, when, how. The most pain is in the how. After we create a thing called massive rapport, what's it called? Massive. No, hands down, come on. Yes, it. Massive rapport. What is it? Massive. No, it's not massive rapport. It's called massive rapport. Okay, good. Now we have massive rapport. We can use this process. If you don't have massive rapport, you can't do it. Okay? No permission. You've got to get good at this. So the first thing is what's your number 1 priority? Building, trimming, toning, firming, shaping. Building, great. What's the second? Here's a good one. Okay, after you've got the size, what are you wanting to do? Oh, I'd like to get back into karate. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. What's just happened? What's your priority? Get the weight off. Okay, once you want to get the weight off, what do you want to do? I'll get back into sports. What types? Karate. Okay, good. When do you want to do that? Oh, this year would be great. I'm thinking about getting into karate. What's already happened? The weights come off. And now I'm getting into karate. What's Steve done? He's already started training. That's called a pre-close. Ask for a priority. Yes, focus on that. But ask just a by the way question. So what we're going to do now is go to what, where, why, when, how. Where are 2 or 3 areas in particular you're not happy with, having some challenges? It's the negative. Where are you not happy with? Where's the bits? I'm not talking about spot reduction. I'm not talking about spot. I just want to know the bits. Tell me your bits. Okay, you're not Robinson Crusoe. Why? Why don't you like them? What's wrong with them? What are you unhappy with? What's wrong with your speed? Instantly, they'll start telling you. Here's a secret. Here's a secret. It's not in your notes. It's a secret. You like secrets? This makes people a lot of money. So I'm sure all of you will write this down. How long has that been going on for? Or how long have you been feeling like that for? They'll say a long time. They say, please be more specific. 2 years. 2 years, well, the sooner we get that sorted, the better. How long has that been going on for? How long have you been feeling like that for? It's called the secret how. Yeah. We have trialed this into 16 sites with over 4,000 or 5,000 people using it, and instantly their closing rate went up. Instantly. That's pretty substantial. And then we go into the big one. We're then going to say, well, hey, how good is it going to be once you've actually stripped off that weight and you're actually, playing in first grade again? And say, yeah, well, how do you feel in comparison? You're 6 months from now, you're still in the same position you are in now, and you still have that extra weight. Well, look, don't worry. Woo! As soon as I say don't worry, what will they do? They'll start to worry. When I say don't worry, they'll worry. Don't worry, don't worry. Why do I want them to worry? Just a little bit more. Because the number one motivator in human behavior is to avoid. No, it's not. We want to make sure it's to avoid pain. It's not it's not whip me, beat me. It's pain. It's to avoid the pain. So don't worry. Ooh, instantly they'll go into it. By training together once or twice a week, you know what? We'll work with your nutrition and we'll be well on the way getting you to Cancun. Are you excited about that? What, where, why, when, how. Now, this is called a needs analysis. This is just an example. I strongly recommend that you create one. We have a plethora of different ones we've created for different companies. This is called the bullet. This is the larger one. This is an intermediate one. We create these for companies and health clubs and personal training and studios to make sure it becomes easy for all these questions you don't have to remember. If they write it, it's real. If they write it, it's real. If you just say it, it becomes hearsay. If they write it, it's real. So they must start to write this. They must write on it. When they write on it, you then look at it. Ask them questions from the needs analysis. Do not ask the questions on the needs analysis back to them. That's silly, because they've already answered them. Your job now is to answer these, ask them questions about these answers. Now, it takes me a whole day to teach someone how to do this, and then probably the rest of the year to keep reinforcing it. But what I want to make sure you're comfortable with is it needs to be done. Okay, now once you've actually got your needs analysis done, we need to get comfortable about your tour, explanation, and demonstration. It's the red zone. Please, here's a rule. Do not present your product until you have the compelling reason to buy. And here's another rule. Please do not present your prices until you know that they want to buy. Okay. Now, if you do this all correctly, it's now a time to sell. It's not a time to educate. When do they get the education? When they're your client or when they are training with you. A little bit of education of teasing, show them what your expertise is, show them an exercise or whatever. Yeah, sure, I'm all for that. Hands-on demonstrations, show them what they don't have is good. But you don't start educating them until they become a client. Give a little bit away, I'm all for that. But let's make sure we're comfortable about it. You want to talk about what they're going to do. You're going to be going to Ibiza. You're going to be back into first grade. You're walking down the aisle. How exciting is that going to be? So you're not feeling uncomfortable anymore. Okay? All right, the sooner we get you started, the better. Now it's going to be easy to present your prices. Now, guys, it's so important that if you understand, and then today is not our forum to do this, but I'm a big believer that you've got to use the VAK. Very simply, visual, auditory, kinesthetic. People need at least 2 of these to have effective communication. Selling is nothing but effective communication and helping someone make a good decision. That's what it is. Communication, helping someone make a great decision. They need to walk away and saying, yes, I'm glad I met you. And when they hand you the check and they say, thanks for fitting me in, I'm so excited. boy, I bet that makes you motivated, and it's really exciting for them. That's a sale. Now, VAK. Now, this is a very small thing, and as I said, this is not the forum to teach you. I just want to show it works brilliantly. This is called the journey. This is you helping them on their journey. Guys, there are lots of destinations, but you will not get there unless you have someone help you. This is the initial stage. This is when we get comfortable with your training. Get you fit enough to get you fit. Try some new things, X amount of sessions or times together. We'll continue to get together regularly. This is the visual stage. It's the most exciting stage. We get some gun, Steve. Get a little bit of upper body strength, and maybe hopefully start getting some upper body size as well. We'll be keeping on track, keeping the nutrition going on, because the holiday will be coming up soon. This will be between X and X amount of workouts, and that's not very long, is it? Now, when we get to the next stage, this is the most exciting stage. This is the result stage. You've got the size. Come back from Ibiza. We get you ready for karate. How good's that? We need to change your training a little bit because it's a little bit different. You'll have hopefully your physique, but things might change. And by the way, once we get to all those results, how long are you wanting to keep them for? Forever. Well, that's one of the reasons I work with most people on a maintenance program. So don't worry about this stage. Turnkey process. I know what needs to take place. I'm pretty clear on what needs to be done now. But what would you like me to take you? Visual results, maintenance. Now, you might have X amount of period of time. Could be 2 to 7 months, 12 months. Could be a period, or could be your packets of goodies. You could have a 10-pack, a 20-pack, a 50-pack down the bottom there, paid on a direct debit. Use AdFit, use EasyPay, whatever the case may be. I want to get to here. So now they've said they want to get there. Now you have permission to present the packet of goodies. Now, it's interesting when you do this. Now, I'm just curious. How much time goes into your price presentation? Is it a scary part of the presentation where it's a ho-hum? Or is it really, really smooth and very easy? So I'm going to tease you before I wrap up today. We have 2 ways to do this. Pretty exciting. Oh, by the way, let's pretend. Per session is $100. Got it? In 6 months' time, are you worth less? Yes or no response? Are you worth less 6 months from now?
What do you mean less?
Are you worth less? Is it $100? Would it be $90 if another 6 months of experience? Would it be? What do you think? Is he worth less? No, if he's got more experience, he should be worth more. Absolutely. Does he have more? Does he have more life left in 6 months' time? Does he? He does he? No, I think he has less. He'll be popping off sooner or later. I'm talking. He's got less in 6 months' time. Would you agree? Okay. So why do people reduce the price of their training session? You pay a 50-pack, it's cheaper than 1 pack. Why is it less? Good question, isn't it? Are you better 6 months from now? Yeah, you got less time. So I think this is a constant. Would you not agree? Yeah, I think so. Then you might say, well, why train with person half an hour once a week, whatever your product or service is, and it's X to get started. It could be $29, $30. Oh, by the way, you could have the Steve Jensen weight loss product, and that's only $7.95 or $79.50 per month. With all the nutrition stuff, whatever you have, that could be there. Alternatively, we can have the other way. We can work, say, once a week for the full 12 months. It's not long, and oh, by the way, that's only Y to get started. As a bit of an incentive at the moment, I'm giving this. What would you like, A or B? Is that your constant? Is that constant? Is your price getting smaller because you've sold more? No. Anyway, or maybe you like giving them sessions for less. I don't know. So, we need to make sure we get good at asking for the money. We need to make sure that we understand this. Let me show the back. Right side is usually to the future. Left side is usually to the past. So if I want someone to buy on the right-hand side, I do A. I got X, B, X for the session. Alternatively, what's the word? No, hi, it's alternatively, we have the B, and we circle it. Now that means this is the right-hand side of the brain, it's usually to the future, and it's guaranteed 100% of the time It's the happy side of the brain. So if the eyes go to the right, on your right, my right's that side, this is your right, that means that I'm accessing the happy part of the brain. Also, 80% or around about that's around about the future. Does it make sense what you want to sell go on the right-hand side? It does. Okay. This is where most of the sales die. This is it. So, I want to get started now. You say, I'll take the B. So you say, it's the B, is it? And now we're going to say, well, I want you A or B. I'll say B. So it's B, is it? And they'll say yes. So you're going to sell me now before I wrap up for the day. So, of the two, which one do you want? A or B? I'll say B. You'll say, so it's B, is it? Okay. Sit up in your chair with a smile on your dial, because we're wrapping up now. So of the two, what are you leaning more towards? Is it A or B? Look, I think I'll do B. So it's B. Oh, yes, B is perfect for me. Okay, Steve, well, all we need to do now is fix up our... I'm just... How do I know? Is that? Okay, almost there. Okay, well, now we're going to turn the volume up and increase the speed. Okay, hands up. Hands up, hands up, hands up. So we're now going to flap around a little bit, hands upward movements, okay? This means yes. This means no. This means yes. They're very good hands in the back there. So, of the two, which one are you leaning towards? Is it the A or is it the B? Watch my face. Is it the A or is it the B? You didn't see that before, did you? Yeah. Now I let you see it. So is it the A? Watch. Is it the A or more the B? Oh, look, I think I'll do the B. So it's the B, is it? Yes, yes, it is. Well, all we need to do now is fix up our... I'm just... Oh, gee, look, I'll think I'll do credit. So it's... Yes, yes, credit's perfect for me. Yes, there's the death gap. That's where it goes. Yes, it's credit. So, this is the death gap. So I've got to fix it. Great, I'll take care of that now. Let's get you ready for Cancun. Say it. Great, I'll take care of that now. Let's get you ready for Cancun. Okay, so now, are you excited? Say it. Are you excited? No, hands. Come on, are you excited? Oh, I can't wait. Come on, let's do it. Okay, here it is. I think I'll do credit. So it's? Yes, yes, credit's perfect for me. Great, I'll take care of that now. Let's get you ready for Cancun. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, no movements in the chair. Come on, shuffle. Almost there. Okay, one more time. Look, I think I'll do credit. So it's? Yes, credit's perfect for me. Great, I'll take care of that now. Let's get you ready for Cancun. Oh, I can't wait. Let's do it. That's better. Okay, from the top, we're going to make sure you are closing machines. Oh, the two, which one are you? Is it the... Oh, bother. Look, I think I'll do the B. So it's up. B. Yes, B is perfect for me. Go! All we need to do now is fix up our... I'm just... Look, I think I'll do the credit. So it's... Oh, I can't wait. Let's do it. Give yourselves a hand. Well done. Okay. We're going to wrap it up now, and hopefully you've got some little bit of fun, a couple of laughs, but more importantly, some tidbits to take it away and play. It's important at every convention that you go to that you say, hey, what am I going to practice? What am I going to rehearse? You take 3 things about what we played with today. Could be your introduction, could be your W's, could be your prize presentation, I don't know. The fitness industry is the best place to be right now. It's growing. I work with clubs, I work with trainers, we work with all plethora of different areas. Let me tell you, the industry needs you. So practice, drill, and make sure that you are doing the best thing possible. Close like a diamond, and make sure that at all times you do the damage. All right, thanks guys. Take care. Good.